To import data from Excel into ClickUp, first, I want you to make sure you have all the custom fields set up that you'll need from your Excel or CSV. So if we come here and a custom field is going to be project type, budget, and a link, you want to make sure you have those set up in ClickUp. So here I'm going to import this into my Jackie's task list. So here I have project type that matches my Excel. I've got a budget, and I believe I have a link set up. So here's the link. It's just not in a column field. So we can add that as our column field just to see it. All right, so we go back to our Excel. I want to make sure that I point out that this should say task name. That'll make the mapping much easier for ClickUp to recognize. So task name, description, and then try to make any other headers match the ClickUp terminology as best as possible, but you will have the opportunity to make some edits if ClickUp doesn't recognize it automatically. So you'll come down to your settings to import export and start import, select Excel and CSV. So what you can do is either copy and paste your data directly into this table, or if the data you want to import doesn't line up exactly, you can upload your file. Oh, so I need to close my file. There we go. Okay, try again. Perfect. So now it is loading into ClickUp. You want to select the sheet that you want the data to pull from. So then here is where we'll be able to map the data. So here we have task name. It says that it's confirmed. Our description and priority matches. Here it says it's unable to automatically select. So we want to pull a custom field. So even though our custom field should be listed here, it doesn't look like it. So we're just going to select include as custom field, and you'll be able to identify exactly which custom field it'll map to in the next step. So we'll confirm that. So here's something that looks a little strange. So we have this as a budget, but ClickUp thinks it's a time estimate. That's all right. You can click the X on there. And since budget isn't here, we'll tell it to include it as a custom field. Same thing for link. Link thinks it's a list. Not sure why, but we're going to tell it to include it as a custom field. We're going to review that and make sure this all lines up. So we have our task name, description, priority, project type, budget, and link. We'll continue. All right, yes, we're going to submit. So now it's going to ask us where we want to put it. We're going to put it in Jackie's tasks space. And here is where you can select the exact custom field that you'd like the data to match. So project type is going to be our drop down. Oh, I'm sorry, here. Actually, since we've already created it, we're going to select the custom field library. And we know it's a drop down for project type. We'll use that. So now we'll be able to select marketing, HR, and IT, because that's already created in ClickUp as a custom dropdown. So for budget here, also, it looks like you can create these on the fly, but since I've already created them to try to make it a little bit easier, we'll come in here and select budget. Same thing for link. We're going to come over here and we've got a link custom field, so we're going to hit complete. So now it tells us that it is importing, it is in progress, and it'll let us know. So I'm going to dismiss that, come back to my workspace, and here it will automatically create a new list. So that's really the only snag here, is that you can't tell it to import into a list that already exists. You can tell it to import to a space that exists, but then it's going to make a new list. So let's see, since we only had 3 tasks, look at that. So it pulled in our titles, or our task names, our priorities, our project type, the link, and the budget. And then if we click into the task, you will see the description here matches our, oh, it's closed since I had to close the CSV, but the task description here matches what we had in the CSV file. So this is pretty straightforward. You can map anything, any field in ClickUp to your CSV. So if you can have a signee, you can have status, you can have a time estimate, due date, start date, any of your custom fields can all be mapped into ClickUp.